Hey guys, this is the Ecron Writer here, and it's been a long time since I've made another vlog. I think maybe a few months ago. There's just a lot on my mind, as always. A lot of it's not really good, so bear with me here. First things first, top 15 PS2 games shall be released on June 18th. And I made that date and as well as the time for a reason, because this would be my 23rd anniversary of owning a PS2. And the reason why the date is so significant is because it was the big gift in which, after I graduated from 8th grade, and my step-bros at the time, which I've mentioned ex-step-bros because they are exes, but at the time, my step-bros, they graduated from T1 around the same time. I think it was the same date. And then I looked up the time, and apparently middle school doesn't really have any times regulated for graduation, unlike high school. In high school, from where I'm from, the district, it's often at 6 o'clock. So, I guess it's safe to say that, I don't know, maybe they have different days, but maybe around the same time. Like, one day will be the middle school, another day would be the high school, because, you know, they're big events, and you know how traffic gets backed up so much. All those lines of cars going all over the place. Like, one side of the road and the other side of the road. And it takes forever with the ceremony graduating everyone. You know? So, I think they're on separate days. I think middle school is the first day, and high school's the second one, like the day after. And if there's a rain date, I guess they get postponed. I never had a ceremony inside. You know, speaking of which, that actually reminds me that, I think it rained in my middle school graduation. I think it's had one of those summer showers. And they didn't really have much of a ceremony. 'Cause I had to go inside. I had to go to the high school auditorium, I believe. And I had to get my diploma there. So there wasn't much of a ceremony. And, you know, speaking of graduation history, I actually graduated twice when I was in high school because I had to stay in high school till I reached 21. And you could think DDD, or rather, the Department of Developmental Disabilities. So at first, I thought it was 2006, I didn't want to miss out. And since I was 18 at that time, because, you know, I was diagnosed in 2005. I was 18, no, I was 19. Oh, my bad, I was 19 by then. In 2006. Damn it, the Matrix Trilogy! I always hated it. I learned that at that time, but at that summer, actually. But 2006, I didn't want to miss out. I graduated once, had to wait 2 years, and I graduated officially in 2008. So I had to stay until I was 21 because of my learning disabilities and my diagnoses. It's kind of embarrassing when you think about it. I have more than just autism. Way more. And a low IQ besides. I wish I was the type with high functioning, but yeah, anyway. PS2 Games shall be underway on June 18th, 6 o'clock p.m. So there's that. And, don't believe that Trump and Elon are actually arguing with each other. They're actually splitting up because they have their own things to run. Musk has SpaceX, Twitter, X. It should be named Twitter again. He has Tesla. He's gotta, defend it from the damn Democrats. You know how they're like domestic terrorists destroying those things because they hate Elon, they hate Musk. No better than those cunt shit fanatics on Tumblr. And no different on Twitter, no different on Blue Sky. Oh my god, everywhere you see on Twitter with the tag Elon or Elon Musk, they always keep saying they're fighting each other and they're not. The truth is, they got their own things to run. And businesses don't work well with politics. Politics turn people to lunatics. So, yeah, my dad told me that, and he used to run businesses. He used to run my mom and pop shops back in the day. And I'm thinking when I go to the finale of my console games, which would be like PS3, PS4, because it was the official last hurrah for me in terms of gaming, as far as I would go. So, I'll probably mention that there, the last hurrah, the last mom and pop shop, in 2017 actually. God, 8 years. Anyway, don't believe that Trump and Elon are actually fighting. It's a smokescreen. And I would love for Demoncrats to be wrong with their false expectations, because they revel in violence. They revel in chaos. And that's what they cause. You could blame MAGA all you want, but it's just hypocrisy all around. So, they're just in opposite sides of the playing field, that's all. They're still tight, and Trump has praised Elon Musk with his work in Doge. But yeah, he dropped out of Doge because, like I said, business and politics don't work. And I very much agree with that, unless you're I don't know, a billionaire, but even that backfired. And he's got up to 3 businesses to run. And it's up to Trump to get rid of the corruption in Congress. The Demoncrats especially. I mean, look at it this way. You can't promote your products while at the same time removing people from their jobs. Whether they be illegals or otherwise. No, it doesn't work that way. So they're just in the opposite sides of the playing field. They're still working together, albeit indirectly, so no worries. What else is on the agenda? Regarding my SSDI, it has subtracted 200. It's now 800 a month because I don't know why we didn't find this sooner, a solution. They were just too stubborn, kind of like Zelensky, but we found a way to settle it. For the next 5 years, my insurance is going to be deducted by 200. I'll be getting 800 instead of the usual. Unlike my dad, because he's on elderly and all that, so it's not affected, but mine is. And it'll be in effect for the next 5 years. Because it wasn't our fault. We weren't told that the minimum wage went up. And by the way, it's a bad idea to raise the minimum wage because it suffers the disabled, because they always have that cap. They always have that limit to make each month. $1,500 a month is the allowance of your wages to make. And as far as accounts go, you can only go up to 20 grand. Nothing more, even if it's a joint. You can only go up to 20 grand, nothing more. You always got a limit. And that governor in New York plans to raise minimum wage. And I'm like, what? This is a fucking terrible idea. I mean, just look how many disabled people are gonna be affected. So go ahead, raise the minimum wage. You're only just gonna make people like us, the smaller guys, suffer. Typical governments, I hate them. And I've been right all along. The government doesn't give a rat's ass about us. Just as society doesn't give a rat's ass. So fuck those bigger guys. We should be like cockroaches or spikes or something. Fuck those cunts. Ugh, I fucking hate this. So that's going on there. At least it's partially resolved. And we kind of saved money besides, because we switched car insurance, so we're saving around $200, so I guess that makes us even. And it's not just irony, it's like my dad's ingenious ways. Like knowing the rhetoric. I wouldn't get this far without him, believe me. Oh, I forgot to mention, as you guys all know, there's been rumors flying around, Twitter's been going nuts with Mortal Kombat Legacy Kollection, which so far, it has the arcade era games, it has, you know, the original Trilogy, but it has Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, and it has MK4, it has Deadly Alliance, the Tournament Edition for the Game Boy Advance. But the strangest thing is, it doesn't represent Mortal Kombat Gold, which inspired me to write Shinnok's Uprising, which is the second book in my chronology series. And it's like the second shortest novella type, if you know what I mean, along with Coherence, because it's got like 10 or 11 chapters. And there's not much to work with, but still, I'd rather have MK Gold. Like, why the hell would it be missing? Why in the Netherrealm would it be missing the expansion packs? If you got Ultimate Mortal Kombat, you should at least have Mortal Kombat Gold. And it's really weird that the Legacy Kollection, it's not all one bundle, it sounds like. It's going to be multiple bundles, which doesn't add up. Because when I was taking notes for Mega Man X, for the PlayStation 2, they had the X Collection for that and the GameCube. You know, Capcom had Street Fighter with the 30th anniversary, and Mortal Kombat did nothing, because they were too obsessed with that drug trip. The drug trip new era. Like, seriously, that should be regarded as a trippy nightmare, like Devil's Advocate, another Woker Bros property, which is just as bad. Anyway, when I was taking notes for the Mega Man X collection, it had X to X6, and X Battle and Chase, which is like a racing game, which I don't care for. And nobody cares about X7 and X8, so I was thinking that, you know, it would be like different bundles. It would just be all in one bundle. I'd rather wait till it's all in one thing. And I was thinking it would be the best port for each title. Like, 1 through 3, it would be arcade or ultimate. NK4 would be gold. Or Mythology Sub-Zero would be PlayStation, or Special Forces would be PlayStation, which I'm sure no one would actually play that because it sucks so badly and Tobias left. I hope Tobias is on board with the Legacy Kollection. Anyway, 3D era would be PlayStation 2, especially Shaolin Monks. The NRS era would be PS3, PS4, PS5. And I'm not mentioning Xbox because I have no experience. I never cared about the Xbox, I only cared about Microsoft with computers, that's it. And I don't give a shit about Crazy Clement's Xbox retrospective. I don't give a rat's ass, he's dead to me, you know how that bridge was burnt. So, I was thinking it would be all in one bundle, especially with the movies, especially with, the animated series, Conquest, Legacy, Rebirth, all of that in one place. But I guess not. Maybe it was just hard to work with. But that's what I was thinking. And that's what I've been saying on Twitter, it should all be in one bundle, a shitload, and it should be the best installment in each title. Although I never heard of Mortal Kombat Trilogy on PC. I only encountered the N64 version, which my 10-year-old mind, or my 9-year-old mind, rejected it. I was missing out on a gold mine, as I would say in my retrospective. And Defenders of the Realm caught my eye. So, but little did I know there was a PC version. So that should have been included. So thanks for that, Fate. Fighting all thy enemies. So, there's that, and I don't know. I'm just pessimistic. I'm in the gray area. Just as I was pessimistic with the MK 2023, but it was for the wrong reasons, but it was still bad. It was still horrible nonetheless. And, yeah, I didn't know Trilogy for the PC existed, so thanks for that, Fate. So, I'm not looking forward to this because I feel that nostalgia, just like Disney with the Phantom Menace effect, boycotting Disney, Star Wars, Diet Space, Marvel, they're cashing in on nostalgia, and they're using the hype to exploit us, just as they did with the last installment, and with the deluxe edition, with Sonic 06 of Mortal Kombat, and it should be considered as such, because I heard not a damn thing was advanced, not a technical issue was fixed. Everything remained the same, so I heard. So, it's definitely the Sonic 06 of Mortal Kombat, it really is. And I hope the series will go on for not really eternal hiatus, but extremely long, like 5 to 10 years. 5 to 10 years! Because of all the fucked up damage that Woker Bros and NetherRealm did. That Spoony Bard, Spoony Booney, and Dominic Cocksucker. I blame everyone. I don't blame just one thing. I blame everybody. Especially the shills, and they're not gonna change. They're not gonna change. Like Mike Hollow was never gonna change. Uncaged is never gonna change. Damage is done, and it's like, if someone commits murder and finds out that they did wrong, the damage is already done. Fuck those guys. And I hope it will be on hiatus for like 5 years or more. And we still got that atrocious film in the week before Halloween, which I've mentioned on my PS2 Games. Like, making things before Halloween is often never a good sign. And I hate Majora's Mask too. Deal with it. And I hate Majora's Mask too, and that's what started this thing for me. It's never good. It's never a good sign. So, what else is there? Gosh, what else is there? I still got those bucket lists to go over. And it ain't easy when you got other responsibilities. And I take responsibility. I take responsibility in my projects. Whether it be a negative response or not. I'm complete contrary to Demoncrats like fanfiction Fuckrag and Crazy Clement. And by the way, on a side note, there's the Canadian wildfires, so I've heard. Ontario, Quebec, all those places. I hope people would stay safe, because this is like, oh man. Just compared to like last year, I think. I think it was the second one since last year. I think it was last year. Maybe it was 2 years ago. I don't know. But yeah, that's been going on. I mean, the haze isn't that bad. Haze isn't that bad at all. I mean, it hardly affects anything. I mean, occasionally you would get that instant smoke plume, like if you're watering a plant or something, but it goes away instantly. But there's the occasional smoke, the thin smoke plume. But that's really it. I mean, we don't have breathing problems, thank God. We don't have asthma and all that. Unlike those in Clark. I mean, Jesus, Clark. They got like endless smog. And my ex-stepmom came from Clark, and she has asthma, along with OCD. My ex-stepmom at that time, plus diabetes, type 1. Right after she gave birth to twins, which I could relate to Zorn and Thorn from Final Fantasy IX, and I can relate to her with Queen Braun. I mean, seriously, there's no difference. But anyway, I just want to wish everybody safe except, people I really hate from there. If you paid attention, you will know. Chewy, Alex, Crazy Clement. I don't like just everybody there. But my role player, Liu Kang role player, Chuck is from there, so please stay safe. The Liu Kang role player and his family, all that. So please stay safe from there. I just still think Canada, being a 51st state, it's so big. And part of me thinks like it should because, as my dad told me, America was the one that advanced Canada. Like, they didn't do it themselves. It was America helping with the finances, technology, or what have you. But, I don't care how this goes, really. I don't think it's feasible. It's too big to be a state. It's too much. And they've been cut off since the beginning, since the War of 1812, which is like round 2 of the Revolution. I don't know. I'm kind of neutral on that. But I wish for everyone to stay safe. Evacuate if you have to. Oh man, first California, and now this. Jeez. And it's screwy with Canada because they don't get a lot of water, so I've heard. Like, they don't get a lot of firefighting power because they always think that they're less likely to get fires, and hey, lo and behold, just like the last forest fire, they didn't stand a chance. They didn't have help or nothing. They weren't ready. I hope they are ready this time, because, it's a big deal. You can't be complacent. Like Clement, you can't be complacent like that. So, I don't know what's going to happen with the Legacy Kollection. I don't know when it's going to be released. It's probably too early to tell, but I'd rather wait. I'd rather wait until everything is released. Because even with separate Legacy Kollection sounds a bit awkward. Mega Man, that's one thing, but, it's got different spin-offs, different sequel series. There's the classic, there's X, EXE, there's Z, or Mega Man Zero, then there's ZX, then there's, whatever that PlayStation game was. I don't follow all the series, but, Capcom has done this. So, I don't know, maybe Mortal Kombat is just seeing the light now. I doubt it would, but it's seeing a little, like a hazy light, I guess. So, yeah, there's that. I don't really care for that all that much. And Street Fighter alone, I heard, had a lot of lag. Had a lot of rendering issues. So, I'm kind of in the gray area about this. And as far as the countdowns go, I'm gonna do like top 10s from here on out. Like starting with the GameCube, which is for July. No set date for that. I forgot when I got the GameCube. Probably in early 2002, I think. I think the Game Boy Advance went first, because it was Christmas of 2001. I think GameCube went second, but from here on in, from GameCube to DS to PC, I'm going to do some personal PC games, as well as PS3, and the marathon, of course. So, it's going to be a top 10 from here on out. It's just a lot of work exceeding it, whether 15, 20, or 100 if you count Fawful's Minion's top 100 favorite Pokemon. And I haven't heard much from Fawful's Minion lately. You know? I mean, I'm pretty sure he's safe from the South California wildfires. Maybe he lives north. And I'm still worried about Anhaconda. I haven't heard anything from her either. I haven't seen any new videos from her since, you know, those custom combo vids. So, I hope they're doing alright. But I don't care for Blue Sky. I never do. It's like the Deep Blue site, just like Tumblr and Reddit. No different. No different than Kiwi Farms. Maybe half of X. But yeah, don't worry about that feud. It's just an illusion, a smoke screen. I guess that should be it. I think that's all on my mind. So, yeah, I'm not looking forward too much of the Legacy Kollection of Mortal Kombat. There'll be top 10s from here on out after PS2 games, from GameCube onward, and of course a marathon at the end of the year, my console games, which I get overwhelmingly support compared to my past vids. I really appreciate it, and I hope my past vids would get just as much support. I'm almost at 180 now. 180 followers. So, don't worry about Elon and Trump. They're not fighting. It's just a false fight. Like a pre-recorded argument or something. It's all an illusion. Just to fool the Demoncrats. Fool the liars. Just as Liu Kang did with Shang Tsung and MK11 Aftermath. Anyway, and make sure you stay safe in the Canadian wildfires. I worry about a couple people there. So, until the next vlog or the PS2 games, this is the Ecron Writer signing out. And it's a slight punishment on the Social Security disability. It's not too bad. But yeah, anyway, see you guys later.